Hey guys, in today's video we're going to look at how we get the longitude and latitude. And I have a confession. Actually, your code shouldn't have worked in the last video. So that means it shouldn't have saved a record in your database because with the code that I gave you, it really shouldn't have worked at all. So we're gonna start from scratch and we're gonna start with this empty table by truncating this table so that I'm starting from where you should be at with an empty table. And if I go to our edit page and I fill this in with some data, then if I press save changes, it should break, saying that latitude doesn't have default value. Okay, now we're starting at the same page. So where that comes from, where our default value comes from, where the longitude and latitude comes from, it actually comes from this gem file or this gem called Geocoder, and I have this on the GitHub page, and you should really use this as a best practice to go check out the GitHub page for installation and how to use guides. And you could see here that it's developed by Alex Reisner. There's a guide to how to use it and how to use it with active record, blah blah blah. Okay, now that tutorial is done, you really have me to explain how geocoder works. What you have to do is you have to go to your org contacts table or your org contacts model, and you have to add in some extra code. And this code is geocoded by address, and you have another code called after validation geocode if, and then some really strange code, and I'm not even going to type it out. I'm just going to copy and paste it from my notes. And if lambda object 1 address 1 change, and object city change, object postal code changed. So we have to define one more thing, and then I'll do some explanations, and that's the address. So it's going to be by city, postal code, address 1, compact, join. So we're really just taking these values and we're joining them, and it's geocoded by this address. So really what it's saying is we're going to take your city, your postal code, and your address, and we're just gonna use that to find the longitude and latitude of where you are. So what we're really doing in layman's terms is we're using your city, your postal code, or your zip code, whatever you want to call it, your address. We're combining that into one, and we're using this geocoder gem to using its functions to find you the longitude and latitude. And it's this after validation, what it does is that whenever it notices that your address 1 has changed, or your city has changed, or your postal code has changed, then it'll run this function again, and it'll do the whole dance of finding your new longitude and latitude again. So that's really how we got that longitude and latitude value, so that if we go to our action controller or our edit page and we click refresh, then it'll actually work. It'll actually save that data, and now if we go to our database and we look in their table, then we can see our data is actually inserted, and that our latitude and longitude is automatically filled in by the gem, or not by the gem. We actually have this in our model somewhere. Not quite sure where. No, maybe it doesn't. Really think that this gem takes care more than I thought it did. Okay, but anyways, that's how that's where the longitude and latitude comes from. It comes from this address, and this after validation makes sure to recognize, to keep track of any changes you make, and if you make any changes, then it'll recalculate your longitude and latitude, and it'll save that into your database. So that's where the longitude and latitude comes from. You could look more into the Geocoder Gem's GitHub page to learn more about it if you want, but that's how we're going to use it in this app, and I hope you learned how to use a new gem. Hope you learned something today. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.